we go to Group C. Spirit versus Trapper. Hawkins for Spirit. Okay, this will be very interesting. Very interesting for her. I think immediately it feels kind of advantageous, right? But it's going to be tough. The phase could do absolute wonders here. Oh my god, the redness of the balcony. I forgot about that little visual glitch that Spirit has while in phase. Yeah, a lot of objects look a really vivid hue of red. Not entirely sure what's going on with that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Scratch marks for Spirit. Gen movement here, and that'll be the M1. Walking around, looking to avoid Spirit in phase. Spirit knew exactly where they were, looking to follow the scratch marks here, looking for an early dying state. Might be about to get it here to go for the pallet. Oh my god, had to be a pixel perfect vault and decision from Kate, and indeed it was. Good stuff from them. Oh, Spirit looking for an early dying state has been denied. Whoa! Didn't quite understand where Kate was situated on the pallet. Reversed into her, thankfully not punished, opening hook and a pain res. And some intel. All the way up here on another survivor with Infectious Fright. Usually not a gen you're too concerned with as killer, but if there's a survivor there, you may as well give it a look, and that's what Spirit's doing. Gonna get the kick. Oh, no intel. No intel. Could have been around. Difficult to say, difficult to see. There was also movement here, and there's Leon. Decision here for Spirit. Does she kick or does she chase? And she's going to go aggressive. Chase Leon immediately. Try and get that second pain res token as quickly as possible. And there's the injury and the pallet. Around goes Leon. Spirit going to follow. Trying to cut ahead of him here. Trying to get the mind game out there. Does. Another pallet. Leon drops it dutifully. There's the phase. Leon going back to the pallet again. Could be the dying state. It will be. No one around with Infectious Fright. But no intel is also intel of a sort. So Spirit needs to go back to some of those gens on the far side that were moving, because they surely will be again. Decent start for her. Good control of her phase. That was a big question mark for Spirit coming into this tournament. How well would she utilize her phase? Would she spend too long chasing in that kind of slow, non-phased mode? She's doing well so far, silencing the doubters. There is a little bit of movement here, not too much. She's going to get another kick. The only other gen she knows was moving was the upstairs one, so there she goes. Ignore the red hues again. Ignore the vivid red. That's a known bug. There's lots of movement here. Oh, Spirit just able to put a stop to it. Ripley going right for the pallet. Oh, almost gives up the hit there. Right. Spirit going to go for the fake phase. Ripley does fault. There's the injury. Good stuff from Spirit. Drops down. Big opportunity here for her. Is she going to get to the pallet? No, she won't. What a play. No Infectious Fright means she can pick up without any fear at all. Looking for that third pain res token before, well, a second gem pop. She does lose one. She does lose one somewhere in that corner where she hadn't patrolled. No surprises there. And away she goes. Regression on that gen. Looking for the corner gen. Is that now moving? It is not. Not to any greater degree than it was. Still nicely regressing there. There's Kate Denson. She's going to vault. Not scared of a vault is Kate Denson. That is her undoing. M1 there. Spirit moving in for the phase. If you can deny Kate the unhook here, if indeed they commit to the unhook, which it looks like they aren't, that would have been huge. Okay. Good phase from Spirit right on them yet again. Could be dead hard. Waiting that out just a little bit. And there's a dying state. And again, no Infectious Fright. So the survivors, nowhere to be seen right now. That'll be her fourth hook. 4 has been the insurmountable hook stage for a couple of killers here with some bad results. Spirit obviously will be looking to do more from this point and is in a really good position to do so. There's once again no one on that corner gen. Picking the pallet. How likely is it that these totems get cleansed? It is Spirit. You are thinking that Haunted Ground is going to be really likely, so don't be surprised if those totems never get cleansed. There's the unhook, there's the heal. No huge intel to be seen yet. Scratch marks briefly in the vicinity, doubling back this way. There is actually a large gem movement upstairs, and that's where Spirit's going to go. Taking a different approach this time, seeing if that throws the survivors off. Oh, it almost threw the Spirit off the roof. Oh no, still regressing, okay. Well, things have definitely slowed down here. The survivors showing Spirit a fair bit of respect after a flurry of early injuries and hooks. This is fine as long as they're not finding a way of moving those gens along. Scratch marks here. Kate here again. Oh, a gen pops. A gen pops. It's the upstairs gen. No surprises there. The only one Spirit hasn't been patrolling. And she won't be too worried about that. The kind of unpatrollable gen has gone there as Kate makes a nifty little move to send Spirit in the wrong direction. But, tough situation now. M1 on the table. Oh, got pushed around the hatch. Got pushed around the dome and just comes up short with a swing because of it. Nightmarish, and could a play like that be something that swings this game back in the survivor's direction? Spirit will hope not. M1 on Kate. The team needs to run interference here. This isn't even an aggressive tunnel from Spirit, simply just has found no one to go after. Trying to cut around, risky move, but it could pay dividends. Oh, as there goes the gen. As there goes the gen, but there goes the dying state. 2 gens left, but it should be a 3 survivor game right now. Unless the team can pull something special out the bag here, no. Okay. And then back to where it all began. This cluster of gens over here is what is going to seal this game one way or the other. It's going to be really tough to make it happen now with 3 survivors remaining, but they got a lot of progress on that one. Leon again. Here's a chase. Going for the phase as soon as it's available. And away she goes. Never kick this pallet up here. It's not an especially important pallet. Whoa! Phase directly into Leon there. Intel on another survivor. She's going to take her hook, have the option of getting another survivor, Leon, out of this game down the line. And then gotta try and find a way of getting that corner gen back under control. Can she get there? Going after Ripley is good. Going after Cheryl would be fine here. Getting that final pain res token out there. Bringing these gens back under control. Many directions Spirit could go. As there's a very quick unhook. A very quick unhook. Doesn't even know where the person who got the unhook went. Is it back on Leon? Leon, who will have endurance for a few seconds longer. Can he find a tile before endurance runs out? No. No, Infectious right over there. It could be DS. If it isn't DS, it feels like GG. Oh, and there goes Haunted Ground. Okay. Well, this could be a very quick way of closing this down. And scratch marks on the right-hand side. But briefly, scratch marks on the right-hand side. Scratch marks, no survivors. Oh, she was thinking, are they trying to hide? Are they trying to get in a locker to avoid the exposed hit? And they will be very, very against the notion of being risky here. Oh, I think mistaking the rat squeaks for a survivor there. Don't read too much into that. Gen kicked. Okay, it looks like Haunted Ground may be a little bit of a wash. Spirit may be under the mistaken impression that gen had popped. It did not. A different gen popped, highlighting the aura of remaining survivors who were on that gen. Haunted Ground is gone. As this is no longer regressing. Oh, but this is how the survivors can eke out a victory here via the method of hide and seek. And that certainly seems to be what they're committing to right now. Is there movement here? There is. But see, no intel to speak of. Oof. And this is the kind of gameplay you don't like as killer. You want everyone to be out in the open. You want to find people. They may be in this locker. Okay. Worth a look. Worth a look. Lone skill check over here. That's a huge mistake if it was not intentional. Huge mistake if unintentional, because this gives Spirit a way back into this game and also may give her a pain res token, which could be important in this 2-gen situation with gen progress on the table. They panic, and that will be the next thing. Is there a pain res hook anywhere makeable, however? It's going to be a bit risky with it dropping down here. Is this makeable? It's going to be close. True 50-50 stuff here. There's Ripley as well. Oh, no pain res. No pain res. However, Ripley walked this way. And... oh, gone. Gone. Nightmare. Where does Cheryl go? Right back to the gen. Wow. You fully expected them to just head right on back to the upstairs, where they know for a fact Spirit does not want to hook, but they stay downstairs, and that does finally give away pain res. Here it is. Okay, so Ripley definitely was in this room. Oh, deliverance for Cheryl. Deary me. Everything that you find irritating as killer is happening today. And Ripley was in the area, maybe going in for the save there. But they found a way of getting away as well. As there's Cheryl, thank goodness for that. Oh, but the heal! Deliverance into clean break, presumably. And here's the phase. Even though the game's getting frustrating, got to stick to your fundamentals, got to get the phase out there. Oh, good little pivot from Spirit. Almost swung into the pallet, assuming they would vault it. Good play to misdirect. Redirect, I should say. It was a misdirect from Cheryl, and almost a successful one. So leave the room. Pivoting around here. Big opportunity for Spirit. Dying State. And Ripley. Will Ripley finally be discovered? On the gen. Scratch marks from Ripley. It could be all over. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, for pity's sake. How is she doing this time after time after time? It is frustrating. It's beyond frustrating. It is absolutely bewildering. Infuriating. And she's out of there. She's out of there. And Hatch could still be a possibility. And the nightmare of Hatch right now is that you've not even got 2 hooks on Ripley. So if Ripley gets Hatch, that'll be a 10-hook game for Spirit. If anything, you really want them to get the unhook here. Agonizing. In a word, agonizing is what this is. And the lack of intel really coming back to bite Spirit, you feel. Hatch is going to spawn somewhere. Spirit needs it to spawn in an advantageous location. Here would do. Right here would do. No. Where is it? Silence. Silence all around. Spirit searches. As will Ripley. There's scratch marks. There they are. Okay. M1. Oh, does Spirit get lucky? Or does Ripley have all the luck today? Pre-drop there. Running forward. Another pallet. Do they hear it? Getting around. Keeps on running, does Ripley. There she is, over the pallet again. Trying to keep her located in one area. GG. It was almost a nightmare hatch scenario for Spirit, but countered ably. GG. 12 hook states. All to do for Trapper. Poor Trapper, who seems to get put in this spot time and time again. Whew. Very nervy openings of the tournament. Very, very nervy openings of the tournament. Okay. 12 hooks. All the Spirit. 4K there. We'll see if Trapper can match it. GG, brother, you won the tournament. Not yet. Still the group stages. So here's the funny thing. Ripley is making a sarcastic gag about me playing in a sweaty way because I'm in a tournament. But the thing is, I literally have made a spreadsheet and I am in a tournament. So they don't quite know how incisive they're being with that. Hey, you fool. Yeah. That is absolutely perfect. Anyway, Trapper on Midwich. Midwich, not a bad map for Trapper. Lots of corridors, lots of doorways that you can trap. Got to be a little bit unpredictable with it. Something like this could be good. A lot of survivors will approach from downstairs up there, move around immediately. They might not have the wherewithal or the presence of mind to handle that trap, to deal with it in the way that they need to. As we find a survivor immediately. Okay, good stuff. It's Hinako. Whoa, and they've pulled an absolute blinder. Right, deny the window with a trap. This window, this setup can be absolutely ruinous for our Trapper, so gotta be making sure, so he does, that he blocks it with a trap. But one gets disarmed over there. It's tough stuff. We'll see how he does here. It's another window right there. He's going to trap it again, but a lot of trapping so far, and some decent traps have been set up, but not a lot of end result just yet. On a map like this is where you do need to consider something like No Way Out. A little bit of end game for Trapper could be useful. So a little bit of hesitation here from Hinako. No, that'll be the trap burnt. Sprint burst here from Nancy, just a flurry of disarm traps. And this is truly the Trapper experience right here. You're seeing it firsthand, and this is why, even though Trapper has had some what you might call Cinderella runs before, made it to the knockout stages in fact, he's never been a deep playoff contender, and part of that is what you're seeing right here as the pallet goes down. Not an injury for him. Trapping the God pallet, asking the question of them. Presumably, it is going to be a Kate situation. Trapper needs to put everything on the table. He's going to trap up these panels to at least have something to look forward to in the endgame. How much that will work remains to be seen. Still needs that opening injury. Still needs that opening act here to send things in his direction. Alright, 2 traps left. A few of them have been disarmed now, so the map isn't quite as scary for the survivors as you'd like it to be. And there goes another there goes another pallet. Get some more of a reading here. Looking for the M1 here. No sprint burst. Must still be exhausted. But damn. Trap disarmed. Gotta reset that one. It's a very important one. Again, this window can be so ruinous for a whole host of killers. Kicking the jet, resetting the trap. Trap in the doorway. I think in the potential post-mortem of this game, obviously it's not looking like a good one, questions will be asked of Trapper's trap placement. Were they too obvious? And is that why they were found so easily? Potentially. It's not over yet, but already you're looking for points of improvement for the later rounds. Tough stuff from Trapper. Setting a trap here. Tina could get out. Does not. Can't vault that pallet. Leaves the room. There could be an M1. Another pallet there, unfortunately. Will this be an injury? Nope, that is not finesse. That is last stand. Still good enough for the evasive maneuver. There is finally the M1. He's used all his traps. At the very least, you can say for him, to his credit, he's got all the traps out there. Trap here. And nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. And basement. Wow. Okay. Well, if there's anything that could bring this back, it is basement. Obviously, no traps in his possession right now. There is a trap up there on God Pallet. That could be useful. That could make this a little bit tricky for them. We will see. Okay. And at least there's a chance. At least now there's a chance of bringing this back in some way. He's got a hook. He'll look to build on that. Looking for the resets here. There's Meg. Able to push them away. Another gem pops. The team not letting up, and nor should they. Trying to get him to breed the pallet. He does. Good little move from Trapper. Every little helps, and there's an injury. And not back to basement, of course, on the opposite corner of the map here. One mistake in moving in for the unhook, and it could be all over. Oh, good move from Meg. They'll look to hem Trapper in here. Trapper instead will look to hem them in. There's the kick. Really need to put the pressure on the basement here. Really need to at least trade there. As there goes that pallet. Doesn't look like it will happen, does it? Looks like they're going to go upstairs instead. Oh, there's disarm. And then the pallet throw. The blind. They get it. And there's the hit on Nancy. Good little move while blinded, Trapper. While blinded, feigned out the chase on Hinako to try and elicit Nancy to stick around for the hit, and then double back and got that hit. How do I know that he did that while he was blinded? Let's get the dying state here, says the Trapper to himself. And it will be. It will be. Hook here. Well, the journey of 12 hooks starts with a single hook. That's the second. This arm here. Final gem pops. Injured party does that. Oh, could Trapper have got them if he just committed? Possibly. Looking to keep them there. Good line from Meg. Moving around, trying to deny them the utmost distance. Fails. They are absolutely gone. Trap disarmed over on the other side. It is going to be tough to make any kind of play. What are you hoping for? Just massive altruism from the team here, it seems. Gate movement. They're not going to get it. Not yet. Oh, I think Claudette's looking to rotate out. They're not able to. Trapper resets here. No open gate is huge. Injury there. 3 injured parties, however. In all likelihood, they will have this gate primed and ready to go. There's 99. It will be a dying state. Hold on just a second. It will be a dying state there. Disarm trap on the other side. You can't slug forever because they'll be crawling. Oh, it could be a pallet save. You gotta hope it isn't. You gotta hope it isn't. You gotta make a play. You gotta get a hook. And he will. Okay. And it will be basement. I mean, if the team gave away the 4K from here, it would be the greatest throw of all time. But there is at least a percentage chance, or maybe more accurately, a fraction of a percentage chance. We'll see. We'll see. Trap reset. Moving back. Assuming that the heal is on the other gate. Taking this line. There's Nancy. There's Meg. Does leave Hinako in a position where they could put some pressure on here. Trapper pivoting over to Meg. Hinako is up ahead. The trap's there. Do they remember? They do. Of course they do. Meg doesn't bring down the pallet. Oh, they just get the disarm. But it looks like it'll be a trade. It will be a trade. It won't even be that. They're leaving. Hang on, because now there's a potential. Maybe the bear has potential. Yeah, of getting another survivor. Maybe not in the basement, but another hook. Is this going to be a slug here? It could be dead hard as well after all this. Meg and Nancy healing. There's the grab. Blind there would have been catastrophic, but it's not going to be. Obviously, ideally, you take them all the way to basement. But you're not doing that with agitation alone. Maybe if you had Iron Grasp as well. Where does Meg go? Oh, how confident is Meg here? How confident is Meg? Pallet, they'll drop it, get the kick. Okay, coming back. You need to put pressure on this unhook. You can't give this away for free. The timer is ticking down right now. It truly is. There is an opportunity if the entire team makes a mistake. Oh, hang on. Hang on just a second. Oh, injury has to be taken there. And that might be all she wrote, right? Yeah, you're not quite going to close them down for... Oh, hang on. Someone takes a weird line. Does Trapper have enough speed to get ahead of them here? There's Nancy, but Meg is back here. Meg was not there. Meg may have pivoted back to the other gate. You're really rolling the dice and hoping you get 6. But it's Snake Eyes. GG. You know, he put up a valiant effort in the end game there. But just too little effectiveness, too good of a team, too coordinated. GG. Tough stuff between Spirit and Trapper. Spirit gets the win with 12 hooks. Trapper suffers first loss of the tournament on 4 hooks. We'll go now to Slinger versus Jason. Slinger on Ormond. The bottle merchant, he has been unkindly labelled. He has not risen to the occasion in tournament after tournament after tournament, looking to put those notions to one side and have a really good showing here. And there's an opportunity! Oh, ho, 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 ho. An ambitious shot, an aggressive shot, the kind of shot that he needs to be making. Can't play scared, can Slinger here. There's an opportunity for... It'll be an injury. Probably not going to get the M1. Probably going to just let them wiggle off here. See where Mr. Cage goes. He's staying on the pallet. Right, getting the kick. Opportunity here for Slinger to get a dying state if he can connect with this shot. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Great start. Looking around for Gearhead. Not finding any immediate intel. Pain Res is available on the right-hand side. There's an upstairs Pain Res hook, which is a bit nasty. But otherwise, the spread seems okay. One on this side, one on the other side. One roughly in the middle. As there's Pain Res. There's Dead Man Switch. And there's someone on the gen way over yonder. Alright, alright. Good stuff there. A nice early hook. Exactly what the Deathslinger team would have wanted to have seen. And he capitalised further. Heading upstairs. This could be Vittorio. Drops down. Balance landing there. Okay, as there is gen movement over here. Rebecca on this gen. Looking for a way to close this down. No kick perks to speak of. So Slinger instead going to be trying to focus on Pain Res to get the goods in that regard. As there's a shot. Okay, good stuff from Slinger. Actually putting himself on the side of the pallet that keeps Rebecca in the tile. Oh, misses that. That would have been huge. Huge for Slinger there. There's no shot on... Oh my god, good line for Rebecca. Didn't even understand. Oh, it wasn't Rebecca, it was Vittorio. Uses lender hand to bring that pallet back. That's a bit rough. That's a good use of wide open throttle there from Vittorio. As Rebecca takes a really nice line there as well. Confusing Slinger a great deal. Goes into the corner. A good play which will deny Pain Res. It will deny Pain Res. The Pain Res hook too far away. So a normal hook will have to do for Slinger. Has some intel on the middle gen. Knows that this gen is moving as well. Vittorio, no doubt, trying to move that. Heads elsewhere. It's Kate Denson. Downstairs in Ski Lodge. Walking this way. Opportunity here if Slinger can find her. Is there any chance? Hang on. did he see someone walking around this side? Yes, he did, but they've run away. Well, it's still 5 gens, but that is a deceptive number here. There is a lot of gen progress all over the map here. Oh, the taps. The ale taps actually denied Slinger an earlier shot, allows Kate to make a dodge, and things start to unravel for Slinger. Another miss. Tried to lead them, tried to put it ahead of them, just misses in front. And this is tough now if you can't get a shot soon. And he can't, he's got to go elsewhere. Again, still 5 gens, but expect a gen to pop in 5 seconds, expect another one maybe a few seconds after that. Goes for a shot and Rebecca misses just high. Rebecca could still be a good chase. There is someone on this gen over here as well. Nope, that's a bit of couch. Bad read from me, bad read from Slinger. Big gen movement here. That is a person, that is no sofa, it's Vittorio. Gets the gen, and away he goes. Vittorio, who aggressively used wide open throttle to bring back the pallet earlier. There'll be no bringing back that pallet. M1. Vittorio fakes out the pallet, looking for the shot. Slinger does not offer the shot, takes the M1! Oh, and just behind him, and maybe the range wasn't quite there. And as we were saying, the 5 gens were deceptive. It is now a 2-gen game, 3 gens pop in the span of maybe 20 seconds. Tough, tough stuff for Slinger. Balanced landing for Vittorio. Can he win the mind game here? Doesn't look like it. And that was a speculative shot. The vault had already happened, and there's no way of that connecting. Well, this will not silence the doubters, the critics. Oh, but that won't do anything. It's flashy. It looks good on paper, but much like Slinger himself, there's no end product. And there's the final gen. Dearie me. This has been nightmarish for Slinger and for the Slinger team. You're licking your lips here if you're Jason. You're thinking that you might have an easy run of it. As it stands, this is looking like the worst performance of the tournament so far. But there will be another dying state. Oh, he almost let go of the shot too early there. He's got to take the hook. Every hook could be game-winning in this situation. Who knows? Maybe Jason will have the worst game of all time and a 3-hook performance will be enough. He'll still be looking for more. And in order to do that, gotta be playing kind of defensively here. You know, the gate kind of close to the hook is already open. Asking the question, trades here for Slinger will make what is an abject score maybe enter the realms of competitiveness. What's going to happen? Are they going to go for the save? They're playing it cautiously, the team. No sign of them just yet. There's Rebecca. Rebecca not too interested in anything so far. Getting the kick. Will there be enough time to come back and stop them getting the unhook? Yes, okay. Nicolas Cage. Big opportunity. Vittorio, gotta pivot. Gotta pivot. If you're Slinger here, you've got to go for the person who doesn't have endurance. Maybe fake out the shot, and then the M1. The team aren't here for the rescue in time. Vittorio does have a torch. Are they going to make a play? If it's background player, there's a chance for a play, but it isn't. There is wide open throttle from Vittorio. Resets the pallet for future. Remember that if you're Slinger. Another hook. Another hook. Another possibility. Vittorio in Ski Lodge. Kate injured, but they're not going to be healing in any kind of way that will put them in jeopardy. M1 here. Does someone go for the save? No. Big mistake from the team there. Vittorio needlessly giving away an M1. As there's Kate. Where's Rebecca in all this? Rebecca's been kind of playing quite cautiously. Here they are. M1. And now, it can only be Kate, right? Is there a shot on here? Not quite, not quite, not quite. Oh, Kate gets the unhook. Kate gets the unhook. The M1 has to connect with Kate. It can only be Kate. Oh, and he does. And he does. Okay. Now, if you're Slinger, you might not want to hook. You might want to ask the question of the team. How much are you willing to give to save your friends? And it will be a shot. And it will be a connection on Mr. Cage. Vittorio moves in for the recovery, unfortunately. Rebecca's already gone. Could there be a twist in the towel here? There won't be, okay. Damn shame. It will not be 4 hooks, it will be 6. You have to think that's probably not going to be enough against Jason, but it's better than the 2 hooks that Slinger had at the commencement of the endgame. So, the ball is in Jason's court. Forgotten Ruins for Jason. First World Cup performance for him, looking to start off strong. 7 hook statuses for the win, 6 hook statuses for the draw, anything less. And Slinger will take home an unlikely 3 points after a pretty lackluster performance. Right, Omnipresent Evil, getting some distance, getting some patrol out there. Getting hopefully some intel and some regression from Deputy's badge. No movement yet. The strategy generally with this map, try and keep the upstairs gens, but not finding anything going on up here, pivoting downstairs. No movement on that gen. It seems likely that there's at least 2 people on this gen. Jason hoping at least a gen will not be completed. It won't be. Spike could be in play. Sprint burst, miss. Deputy's badge out there, grabbing another spike. Seeing if there's anyone hanging around. There is someone. Not able to get that pallet. M1. Big opportunity here for Jason. And that is simplicity itself. Early hook. Likely sprint burst there for Cheryl as they fled the scene. Avoided the spike. Things still go pretty well. But Jason gets another bout of Deputy's badge. Expect Deputy's badge to be a mainstay in Jason's loadout for the rest of the tournament. Ooh, as he loses an upstairs gen, however. I expected a dodge there to just never materialize. Good play from Hinako. Spike here. Not able to dodge that. Does bring down the pallet. Not bad for Jason. Back into Omnipresent Evil. Grabbing another spike, putting another bit of pressure out there. Hinako in a tough spot now. Very tough spot, no bounce landing. No chance. Second hook for Jason. Presumably more gen movement downstairs there. Also, some noises going on around Shack. 2 people on this gen. Big opportunity for Jason. Oh, but the slow teleport because of the nearby hook. Thankfully, not going to be denying... Not going to be denying Jason some pop value. We'll also be getting another hook here. And a briefly slug while kicking a gen. Great start for Jason. Fantastic start for Jason. Pop goes a weasel. Getting that regressing once more. And we were surprised that he lost the upstairs gen. But aside from that, smooth sailing for him. And the team is going to have trouble bringing this back now. Gets the unhook just. Going to head that way, trying to apply some pressure. Scratch marks heading to the portal. A quick teleport here, just what the doctor ordered. Ooh. We'll have to follow conventionally. Hinako. Oh, gets the stun. Looking to avoid that was Jason. And just whiffs. Whiffs with the spike. Keeping on them, maintaining pressure. Hinako needs to dodge spike again. Does so. Playing unpredictably as Hinako, which is what you need to do against Jason. Have they got an opportunity to get this pallet? They will. Kick here. Another gem pops. It's been a fantastic start, but if Jason doesn't get some real value soon, doesn't get control of these gems, and there goes another one, things could be turning against him rather swiftly. Good spike there. Had to happen. Had to happen. It'll be another survivor on the second hook stage. And Jason may at this point be locked into chasing Hinako and chasing Farm. Oh my god! Cheryl takes an injury in the portal. Could have been a grab there. Could Jason have played that slightly differently? Oh, discovers Fung, who was hanging around the portal for some reason. Barring a save here, it will be a 3-survivor game. Looking like it will be. That will be Jason's 5th hook. 1 more for the draw. 2 more for the victory. Cheryl. is in the area. Another spike, another play. Crawling away from the pallet. No risk to the pickup here. Well, probably still stunnable. But no matter. The draw is secured. And with 2 gens remaining, it's looking likely that more may be on the way. As there's Hinako. Heads upstairs for the dodge. One false move from the team, and Slinger is taking 0 points from the opening game. Jason pivots to the unhook. There is the heal. Oh! It looked like a good spike out of the hand. Hinako uses the portal. That might deny Vittorio. It will. Oh, wrong button from Jason. Looking for space. Went for M5 instead, and that elongates the chase just a little bit with Vittorio here. Could have secured this. Oh my god. I was going to say Jason could have secured this by going after someone already injured, already hooked. But everything is going Jason's way. Even though he made maybe a strategic error in chasing Vittorio, he's still rewarded by the presence of Hinako, and that will be, barring a save, a 2 survivor situation and 3 points going to Jason. Jason's poor history with space continues. That's very funny. That is very, very funny. Okay. There was someone around here on the gen. Are they still hanging around? No. They've vacated the premises. They're going into the portal. Still 2 gens left. Still ample gem regression in this game. Did they get the portal before the spike connects? Oh. Great play from Cheryl. Knew they couldn't immediately go for the portal. Knew they had to dodge a spike there. Very impressive work. And they're taking the spike there as well, as it's wide open throttle into live. Seeing a lot of that combo right here. Oh, and they were not anticipating this move from Jason. Good dodge. Good dodge, but still needs to do a lot of work here, does Vittorio. It's a good chase from Jason. Just a tiniest little crouch there, trying to avoid the spike, not able to do so. It's a good choice from Jason here. It gives him plenty of time to find Cheryl and extinguish any hope of a hatch situation. Cheryl, who will no doubt be crouching around here. Not giving away any intel at all. Well, there's the unhook. Fascinating. Fascinating. Did not expect the unhook in a million years. But there it is from Cheryl. Talking of Cheryl. Cheryl is who you'd like to find here to give yourself time to now find Vittorio. And that's what will happen for Jason. Great play from Cheryl, who's been so on it with these spike dodges. Jason needs to try again. Oh, just not quite able to get around the corner. Good play from Jason in the end. Against a very, very worthy competitor there in Cheryl. And we go again. Can Jason find Vittorio? Lock up the 12 hooks. Still so important. Hook differential is going to be the tiebreaker in a lot of situations in this tournament. You need to maximize your hooks where you possibly can. This is another unhook, dear me. Oh, and the slow teleport is not at all what you wanted to see. It is Cheryl. Could be endurance. Could be DS. Could be a lot of things here. Waiting that out. Going for the hook. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Leaving Vittorio somewhere in this corner. Trying to zone him away is Jason. Would have loved a jump scare there. Doesn't quite get it. Oh! He's mistaken the charm for a survivor again. Need to replace this bloody charm. Unfortunate. Okay. No Vittorio. Oh, and he finds Hatch immediately because, of course, it's a Shack Hatch offering, and Jason just a lapse in judgment there, forgetting the offering. If you're not gonna utilize the offering, you may as well not run the offering. GG, 11 hooks. And it is still a handy win for Jason. But will he come to rue the fact that he didn't get the full 12 hooks? Maybe. Maybe. 11-6, the victory for Jason. A strong start to the tournament, but did leave a little bit on the table there when we're looking at Spirit, who's already started with a 4K. Could that one hook be the difference in some kind of tiebreaker? It remains to be seen. Dredge versus Knight. Oh, buckle up, everyone. This will be fun. Dredge on RPD. This is not a bad map for Dredge. Decent locker spawns here. The ability to really apply pressure by hurtling around the map from locker to locker. Yeah, this could be good. This could be good. Looking for an immediate teleport option. No movement here. Some movement here. Okay. Good stuff. Oh my god, 3 survives on this gen. Dredge has hit the mother load here. Gonna try and teleport ahead. Will they be aware of this? Not quite, it'll be another injury. And gen movement up ahead. Which Dredge will put a stop to, or they're gonna move away preemptively. Okay. Pivoting down. Trying to get ahead of them. Not a bad move. Pallet will not be gone. They're not burning that. Didn't have the remnant available. Would have been good to get the remnant, because they will be able to get the pallet now. Immediate kick from Dredge. Then where does Saga go? Locked over here. That's a shame. Maybe they won't anticipate Dredge approaching from upstairs. Could it be a variation of the classic stair mine game? Ooh, maybe. No pallet here is a damn shame for Saga. A bit of a relief for Dredge, and that will be a dying state. And basement hook and basement on RPD is a very good thing indeed. Alright, maybe would have liked to have maybe would have liked to have closed down a chase a bit sooner. But still 0 gens out there. There was gen movement here. Just gonna check on the area again. Loses a gen downstairs in the lobby. Looking for Darkness Field. Finds no intel. A shame. A shame. Doing the full 3 teleports. Lavalier microphone giving intel. Finding the basement unhook. 2 on the gen upstairs. That will complete. There's no chance it's the injured party going for the basement unhook. It will be V. And here's another chase for Dredge. Nightfall. Charging up. Oh no, wasn't following V. Accidentally went after Saga. Didn't want to do that. Hinako somehow gets the blind through the pallet. Okay, fair enough. That's a new one on me. No matter. Dredge teleports ahead, looking for the injury here. No pallet there. There will be one here. Got to deny them the window. Good move from Dredge. You always want to get the pallet stun on that side. It denies them an immediate vault back through the window there. Hinako goes for another blind. Goes for another one. Getting a bit greedy with it there. M1. M1 doesn't get a huge amount of distance either. Tries to fake out the window, and it's a double hit, and a double hit that Dredge sorely needed. Whew. Tough start here. It was looking okay. Took a bit too long chasing Saga. A couple of gens pop. This truly could go either way. Needs to get back into the swing of things really quickly. Needs to get as much intel as possible. Someone just waiting downstairs. Someone on a gen over here. Undetectability could really work in Dredge's favor on a gen like this. They're not ready for it. Oh, it could have been dead hard. He needed to be a bit more cautious there if you Dredge. And that'll be... No, not on a hook. Not on a hook. Injured, but had not been hooked, so no dead hard in play. The way they verily ran at Dredge there really implied that dead hard would be on the menu. Was going basement, then got cold feet. Was like, can I make it to basement? Now Dredge having to settle for a hook that they won't even get. Big mistake there from Dredge. Had to convert that into a hook. And now where do you go? Lockers everywhere. Nightmare stuff from Dredge. Going to try and get down the hole here. Runs into the bench. Injured party heading back out this way. Trying to cut them off is Dredge. And does so, but lost time. Lost a great deal of time there. And there is a pallet here. Gotta be a kick. Damn, damn, damn. Huge mistake, huge error. A bit of a throw from Dredge. Was looking good. Now things are looking bleak. Bleak indeed. Obviously, you're up against Knight, so maybe a few mistakes here and there are allowable, but certainly not how the Dredge team drew that up. And no immediate lockers down here, so this is not going to be the perfect counterplay. They did drop. Just couldn't see the scratch marks there. Okay, gotta pivot. Gotta pivot after that. There was gen movement here. It's V, the lock locker. Right, searching for some amount of aura reading. Seeing one survivor on the gen over there. Looking for the M1 on V. Just looking for something to swing this game back in Dredge's direction. Oh, gets caught in the doorway. Big opportunity here for Dredge. Massive opportunity. Trying to teleport ahead. Another lock locker. This team have settled and they've found ways to really slow down Dredge on what was looking like a great game just a few minutes ago. Now is looking really, really, really tough. There is, or there at least was, gen movement up here. And that will be a dying state. Just. And Dredge finally gets the hook that it could have got upwards of 5 minutes earlier. Tough start and for its trouble, loses the outside gen. They're going to head back to the lobby. Dredge are going to try and cut them off. Probably won't work. They're probably going to be too wise for this. Never mind. M1 on Hinako. And getting second hook stage here could be so vital. And that should be enough. Could be dead hard. No opportunity to wait it out, thankfully for Dredge. It is not, but another gen pops. Every success punctuated with failure for Dredge here, and this is just not how you secure 4Ks in Dead by Daylight. Gen pops. Is someone going to be moving in for the unhook right now? Worth a look if you Dredge here. Worth a look. No intel. Aura reading here, sensationally good. Injured party heading that way. No sign of the other survivor. Just have to go a little bit too far if you Dredge. The other survivor's on the gen all along. Oh, looking for a way to drop down, but it's a vault, and if that isn't a summation of how Dredge's game has gone, I don't know what is. Are they going to get the unhook here? It's the injured party. They can't tank a hit. Oh, it's going to be really tight, but I think they'll just get it. They will. It's a trade, but maybe looking for more than a trade there. At least No Way Out holds the game in Dredge's favour just for a spell. But it needs to do so much with so little here. This could be a good start. This could be a really good start. Injured party, gotta be looking for the trade. Gotta be looking for a way to get someone else on hook as they presumably get the unhook all the way off to the left-hand side. Talking of. Okay, perfect. You've got someone, and it is an injured party, moving in for the unhook. Undetectability courtesy of the Nightfall. Will they anticipate this? No, they don't. Hinako, dying state. Gonna check on the area. Ooh. God, teleported far too far there. There's the heal. They get one heal. They do not get the other, and the injured party over here. Maybe some question marks about, is this allowable? We've talked about slugging for the 4K. That's a very specific circumstance in which there's 2 survivors left. This is not that. This is not that. This is allowed, and it will finally be a hook for Dredge. It's not a no slugging rule. It's a no specific circumstance kind of rule. Oh, as they get the unhook, and there are just no opportunities for the teleport for the Dredge. Circling around. There's the heal. All 3 survivors here. So good for Dredge. Exactly what it needed. Saga takes hit. Fine with Dredge. Fine with Dredge, no issues with that whatsoever. Again, the lack of teleport options really ruinous. Gonna put pressure on V here, try to stop them from getting this unhook. They have a lot of distance, but not enough to get the unhook. Never mind, they do. It will be a trade at least. But Dredge may be looking for a little bit more. Very surprising they had the distance there. Nightfall in play. Injured party running past. Have they got the Gate 99s? They have. Oh, a Saga altruistic to a fault moves in for the unhook. They do not get this unhook. They definitely do not get this unhook. They're not even going to try. They're going to stay downstairs. The F2 are going to heal on the gate, but that plays absolutely into Dredge's hands. Oh, but there could be hits. There could be body blocks. Are they going to be in position for this? Oh, bad body block, bad body block. Not able to make it happen. Never mind, they are. Okay, but now they're forced away from the gate. It's not over. It's not over. Good effort there. Really good effort. Remnant down. Dying state there. Trying to get the hook as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, are they going to get the unhook over there? That will probably be Hinako's job, and they do. But they're very far from the gates now. They're very far from the gates now. They're down there. No, they're not. They're on the same floor. Big, big, big opportunity for Dredge. Big opportunity for Dredge. Someone's already escaped. Dying state there. 2 survivors left, forced to pick up in this situation. And that should be the escape for Hinako. They're healthy, they've got plenty of time. But you know what? What a, I don't know what you call it, a reclamation effort in the endgame there to try and reclaim. Tough, tough stuff. Try and reclaim some hooks from what was a really disappointing mid-game, and Dredge ends with 9 hooks for Dredge. Yeah, so a reminder on the rules, this tournament isn't anti-slugging. You just can't slug for the 4K. You can't, in a 2-survivor situation, leave someone on the ground while you hunt for the other survivor to deny hatch. You need to play into hatch in this game. But aside from that, you use all the tools at your disposal, and that was a very obvious slug situation for Dredge. You can slug if the other person's in sight. Yes, yes. You can't go searching for them. Knight on Gideon. Ugh, and that really is not what you want to be seeing as a killer who has not performed well at previous tournaments. Maybe looking for an immediate assassin here. And a survivor over here. Does the assassin connect? Yes. Big, big, big opportunity here. Big opportunity here. The M1. Wow. They let it happen. They let the assassin get the hit, and that'll be a very early hook for the Knight. Wowee, the Knight might have come to play here. First hook on the table. They just were not ready. Were not ready for what the Knights had on offer. There's the kick. No aura reading. Aha. Someone over here. Assassin out. They're using sprint burst to get away, but right into the Knight's waiting arms. M1 there. Right back into the assassin. Ooh, they take a line to stay away from the guard, which may have just given Knight the second dying state. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Immediately going to take that hook. Is there going to be any body blocking here? There's going to be a Sabo. There's going to be a Sabo. Oh, dear. Can you slug? Yes, you can. Okay. Tough situation, for sure. But what that does mean is there's no off-the-hook endurance, DS, none of that here for Michaela. Who presumably heads upstairs. No. Yes. Assassin on them. Under pressure in a huge way now is Michaela Reed. And there's a dying state. Okay. So in the end, the Sabo, not that damaging. Oh, it would have been if Daryl had got the save there. Takes an M1 in the process. Immediately heading to basement, maybe not understanding that there is a hook right over here. And there's the immediate unhook. And is Daryl going to take a hit here? Is Daryl not going to take a hit here? Well, honestly, it feels like Knight may just want to take advantage of aggressive plays, the Sabo, the body block, and so on. to try and make this a 3 survivor game very early, which will put him in an exceptionally strong position to get the win. 9 hooks, the ask. Michaela May just given away 3 before the game even had a chance to begin. As Daryl will be looking for the save, gives away only another dying state. What's going on with this team? Despair in the Dredge camp, barring DS. Oh my lord, it is a throw of the highest order from this team. No reason for the Knight to feel bad about that. Let's be very, very clear. That was aggressive moves from the survivor off the hook. Meaning that Knight finds himself in an incredible spot now. 1 gen has popped, but it is already a 3 survivor situation as Arena. Running around the Knight. Moonwalking off over there. And the question that has to be asked now is, have the team given up? Have they lost the will to compete? It's possible. It's entirely possible. As they take a guard hit. And they've done the one thing you can't do against Knight. They've done it again. The double hit. There's the unhook. What does this leave Knight at? This will be the 5th hook. 9 to match the total and to get the draw. 10 to get a very unlikely 3 points as that sprint burst from Hanato. The Carnifex coming out for some reason. In some respects, it really is the same old Knight, but no matter. He won't mind that a jot because he has been making some exceptional moves here. Doubling back around. Does Hanato get the pallet? No. Is Daryl here for a save? Gets the unhook, so probably not. 6 hooks to total. 4 gens still remaining. Sense and reason has left the building. All that's left is pure anarchy. Not even needing to kick any of these gens right here. As Daryl takes the hit from the guard. An immediate trade on hook. Again, Zarina gets the unhook on Hanato, but at the moment, things are moving in Knight's direction. And at pace. At pace this is happening. What a turnaround this could be for the Knight, who's had such an awful run of games in this World Cup. The guard connects on Zarina. It's the earliest dead hard you've ever seen. It's a dead hard that Knight doesn't even need to swing to elicit. Another hook. It's the 8th. The draw is around the corner. The win not far behind. As the Carnifex is out again. Doesn't get a lot of work in chase, does the Carnifex. Seeing a lot of it here. Hanato right here. There's no dead hard. And with this hook, assuming Daryl isn't here for the save, it will be the tie secured. 1 point is going the Knight's way. But he won't be wanting that. He'll be wanting all 3, and he has a really, really good chance of getting it right now. As there's Zarina. Let's see dead hard once you've got rid of your endurance. Okay. Could still be DS. Could still be the torch save from Daryl. It is DS. And away goes the Carnifex again. He's getting a ton of cardio this game, the Carnifex. And Zarina goes the wrong way. And now, finally, it will be one of the most unlikely results of the tournament so far, I would suggest. As the Knight wraps up a victory against the Dredge. And now playing purely for hook differential. 4 gens remaining, so you know you're getting at least 1 more hook state. The question becomes, can you secure all 12? And that'll be important for the Knight, who is going to be looking at hook differential. That could be very important. Oh, the assassin just connects. Getting really, really, really good value from the guards this game. Nato not quite able to make it to the pallet. Surprising they went for that one. If Knight knew that was where they were going, absolutely could have gone the other way around and forced a pincer maneuver with himself and the assassin. Oh, so Nato just flees the scene. Wow, what a shock. What a shock, what a surprise. Nato doesn't go upstairs, but in doing so stays here. Trying to force them to run into the Jailer's path. Knight does! Oh, and Jailer just takes a bit of a weird line. But this puts Hinata in a really tough spot now. Knight going to put himself between Hanato and the assassin, or more accurately put Hanato between the Jailer and himself. The fake out there is absurd, and into a locker goes Hanato, and there's the grab. And then, all of a sudden, it's a hatch game, assuming that Knight can get to a hook here, which is never a given on Gideon, but should be able to. Oh my god, and scratch marks right there. Do not lose them. Do not lose them, for pity's sake. Oh, and it's Daryl. Oh, and it's a huge opportunity. A huge opportunity to deny hatch here. Taking a nice line. Oh, as Daryl finds the pallet, avoids the injury. Okay. So Carnifex here would work wonders. That wasn't Carnifex, that was the assassin. Big mistake from Knight. Will he be punished for it? Daryl going upstairs. Fascinating. All the way upstairs, looking to head back down. You would imagine looking to head back down. Maybe happy to stay upstairs here. Pivots entirely, looking for these stairs. Doesn't go downstairs. Does Daryl understand how the hatches work on Gideon? Possibly not. Could be dead hard here. It isn't. It is a 4K 12 hook performance from Knight with 4 gens remaining. They got 1 gen and then they were obliterated. What a game it is. That is the shock of the tournament. Knight has come to play. GG. Oof. GG well square bracket. Quite right. Quite right. Okay. Absurd. Knight. The full 12 hook performance. Dredge only manages 9, so Dredge suffers a loss. Knight with the win. Let's sort that group. Let's sort that group by points and then by hooks, both descending. Spirit and Knight joint top 3 points and 12 hook performances for both of them. Jason in third, 3 points, but just missed out with a mental error on shutting Shack Hatch, so only has 11 hooks, and we were talking about how vital could that missed opportunity be, and we'll see as the tournament progresses. Dredge in fourth, a loss with 9 hooks. Slinger in fifth, 6 hooks. A bad start for Slinger and Trapper. Unfortunate for sure. Controversies around his game and the previous game. Only 4 hooks to his name there. Group D, Cenobite versus Ghoul. Cenobite kicking off Group D on Macmillan. And Cenobite has not had a lot of outings, not a lot of practice in the run-up to this tournament. There could be a little bit of rust to shake off here. It all hinges on how good his early gateway is. Had a couple of opportunities there. Jane to the left. Someone else on the gen goes for Lara. Seems like a good call. There's the M1. Looking for a gateway out there. Doesn't get it. Lara looking for the window perhaps, as that might be Jane on the box. Will Lara get the window here? Not for a dying state. Where does Jane go? It'd be so good for Cenobite to stop them getting that box. But gonna make sure that he gets the hook first. and pain res at this juncture could be very important. As there goes the box, they're likely to finish that before Cenobite can do anything about it. They will, but he has intel on Jane over there, but he also has intel on the gen upstairs, and that's where he's going to go. As, yeah, no scratch marks, so you know that someone's around, and it is Hinako. Finesse there. Ooh. Good patience from them to dodge. Deny the gateway. Cenobite gonna go back up, get the gem regressing, and then keep this game moving. No one in for the unhook yet. Wants to move away just a little bit to deny anti-camp of any kind. Good dodge again from Hinako. Get the feeling that Hinako is accustomed to countering Cenobite here. Some nifty moves to counter the gateway. Could be the M1, however. It'll be really close. It is the M1 and the pallet. Beautiful stuff. They don't like it. But it does register as a hit. The box too far to deny. Cenobite going to stick on Hinako here. Using the tree as a counter. Oh, a good effort from Cenobite, but not quite gonna make it happen. All of a sudden, though, second hook stage. They were committing to the gen rather than getting the save, and that really could have hurt the team here. Hinako heads away. As Yui's moving in. Gets the unhook, the gateway will connect. Lara taking a hit immediately. Oh, temptation abounds there for Cenobite. But not gonna go for the tunnel. The slow vault over the pallet. There's the M1. A slow vault back. They're in a really tough spot now. Maybe looking for the window over here. Looking for the tile for sure. Another gateway connects. Looking for a moonwalk to do the business. As they do get the window somehow. Impaling Wire will have sent a few more chains that way. And that might be what closes down the chase. Right here. Okay, and that second hook stage for Lara. All important. Turns what could have been a bit of a slow start for Cenobite into something far, far better. There's the hook. The pallet gone. And there goes Plaything, which is a huge opportunity for Cenobite to get Pentamento into this thing and to continue his very tight grip on the gens. Done well to pressure them so far. Hinako on the gen over there. Maybe worth a kick here. Not a huge amount of progress. Hinako might be going in for the unhook here. Can Cenobite get a long distance gateway? Out there on Lara! Wow! Did not in a million years expect that to be Lara on the unhook, but it is. And that will be borrowing something sensational from the team.
Must come with me.
That will be a 3 survivor game! No, they do just get the blind out there. Unbelievable, he thought he had it in the bag. You heard 2 clicks as well. Was that a combination of 2 torches making the play there? It really could have been, and Cenobite has lost whoever was around here. What a shame. What a shame. That could have been the game in the bag right there. 3 survives at this early stage. Going to be tough to pull that back. But the team counters him. Damn, damn, damn. They just found the angle. That's what it's all about. Okay. As Yui has the box. Oh, and denying them this is going to be huge for Cenobite. And he will. And he will. And if you've got any knowledge of Cenobite, you'll know that this is exactly how you win games with him. There you go. There's the box. There's the intel. And there's the chain hunt. And there is, hopefully, another hook as Jane is up ahead, looking for a Sabo, and they'll go for it. Thankfully for Cenobite, another hook over here, and it's a pain res, even more important for him. That is so important. As Jane stays with him, definitely going to be breakout there. There's only one reason that you run that level of interference. They get the gen in spite of pain res there. No, already used pain res on Yuri, that's right. Oh, what a shame. That would have been very clutch to shut down the gem progress here, but just a wrong survivor in the wrong situation. As Jane runs around, looking for the pallet. Taking good lines here, so they are. Somebody's given them the pallet here. That'll be a drop every day of the week. And there's the box. It's Lara. How close are they? Not close enough. Not close enough. And things might start to be falling apart for Cenobite. It's not going to be clear sailing for the team. They've got 4 injured parties. And they're going to be in a tough spot because of that. Oh, just misses out. Just misses out on the gateway. Yui gets away. Lara could be the key to this thing right now. As there goes Pentimento. That'll put a lot more pressure on this game as Lara, nowhere to go, stuck in a corner. Looking for a tile, not going to find it. Gateway coming out. Ooh, a bit risky. Did he need to do it? Well, can't argue with results, and that will finally, on the second time of asking, be the 3-survivor game. Not quite the dominant state that it would have been 5 minutes ago, but still not bad. Says Yui. Injured party right here. That's Jane. What's Jane doing? What's Jane doing? Throwing is what Jane appears to be doing. I don't know why in the world you'd give up a hook like that. And it will be a pain res hook. Good pain res spawns here for Cenobite, which have definitely helped his game. And this will just mean that if they do have a gen moving, it will be delayed just a little bit. Really good positions on the gens here as well. Lots to like in that regard. If you can close down his chase with Yui, if you can get a good gateway, and he does! Unbelievable. Still gets the pallet. Or runs through. That was very greedy for the Death Hook survivor. Takes the injury. Takes the injury. The door is kicked here. The quicker you get this dying state, the happier you are. And they will not be able to get to the pallet. And now the only question is, where is Hinako? Are they going to be here for the save? No, they're getting the unhook. No save forthcoming. All of a sudden, 2 gens left, 2 survivors, both injured. And he's got that dominant game state he was hoping for. And he's going to go after Hinako here. Remember, if Jane is close by at the point of the dying state, and it looks like she will be. Oh, well played, well played. Could have slugged and maybe closed it down right here, right now. Gotta be a drop there. It will be. Oh, the slow vault gets the goods. Hinako is no slouch against Cenobite. You're seeing that time and time again here. Into Shaq. Great hit! Great hit. They'll get the pallet. They'll get the blind, presumably. Nope. They want nothing to do with that blind. They just want to get some distance, and who can blame them? Another good gateway. He started cooking now, her Cenobite. Hinako nowhere to go. Was Jane nearby? She is. Is she close enough to slug? Yes. Within line of sight, a clear path to her. She has the box. Can she do anything with it? It's looking like the answer will be no. GG. A perfect example of when an endgame slug is allowable. A clear line of sight. A very efficient, not time-wasting chase. Minimal time spent in the slug position. The board always will take a view on these situations, but they've reviewed and they've said that all is good. Well played, Cenobite. 12 hooks and all to do for the goal. He locked in towards the end there. Missed a few gateways early on, but once he got his eye in, it was like prime feel the power Taylor over here. Nothing missing. Triple 20s all over. GG. Goal. On Larry's Memorial Institute. Been a strong competitor in previous tournaments. Of course they have. They're Ghoul. We'll see if they can do it. They need to put all of their skills on the table here, because it is a big, big ask of them as Cenobite gets the full 4K. As there are scratch marks over here. No enraged mode, so no bite right there. Doesn't have the third leap. Looking to get the M1. Won't be able to. Looking for the bite. And just goes a bit too far. And not much going to happen there. Tough start for goal. Have to commit to the M1. As Fung had a good thing going, but I don't know what they were hoping for there. The dead end, the cul-de-sac, was the best option, because otherwise they were going to head down to basement. You don't want to be doing that against Ghoul. Getting the bite, it doesn't do a huge amount. The pallet for no benefit is a good get for Ghoul. Pallet gone as well, that's not bad. You feel like Ghoul kind of needs this dying state now, committed a lot already to it. It's a very tough pallet for that reason. If you're looping it on that side, you've really got no chance. So, dying state for Ghoul. Made a bit of a meal of it, but does get the hook eventually, and it will be pain res. We'll be hoping to get this before a gem pops. And she will. Into the middle of the map. Looking for the next pressure point. It says big movement on middle gen. And scratch marks leading away. Gonna get the kick first. And then the next chase. And you get the feeling that this needs to be a lot better than the first chase if Ghoul is going to keep up the momentum, keep up the pressure, and hope to match the 4K performance of the Cenobite. M1 on Michonne. Looking to continue this chase. Not using the bite as effectively as they maybe need to. Gets the grab. Gets the vault. And it's just disgusting. The dying state there. Nothing that you can do in a situation like that. Doesn't care. It doesn't matter how strong the pallet is. Ghoul will find a way. Second pain res. Gem regressing in the middle again. Back to the other hook. Oh, in the ticket booth. In the ticket booth, did not get the distance she would have wanted with that first leap. And there is Fung. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me. It could be DS or it could be a gamer who is just sick and tired of Ghoul, and it looks like the latter. Oh dear, and that is bad news for the Cenobite camp there. As there's someone just AFK. And you're seeing the Ghoul effect in action here. People don't want to play against Ghoul. People won't do anything against Ghoul. So Ghoul will rack up win after win after win. At the very least, what you can say, if you are hoping for a good result, this is Larry's. The Shack Hatch offering does nothing on this map. Ghoul will still need to deny Hatch to have a chance of salvaging a point. So it's not all over for Cenobite, but clearly not going to be a game one on the gens with how it's gone so far. Unless there is a big change of heart from this team. It doesn't look like it will be. And at this point, you've got to be just DCing to give the team a bot. Sable admirably goes for the blind there. Will just take a hit. And on goes Ghoul. It is such a shame. It does have to be said as well. If you're a survivor who doesn't like going against Ghoul, I think that's largely a sympathetic outlook. But it becomes a fait accompli if you just give up from the get-go. You've got to give it a chance because the games can surprise you in DBD, as there's another dying state for Ghoul. You got to feel bad for Sable, who has competed, did try and go for the save, has played properly, has done their best, but will not be rewarded by the team's lack of effort here. What a shame. Same can be said for Michonne as well, who also was looping, who also was playing. Let down by an AFK survivor and someone else who just couldn't be bothered. Unbelievable. As Ghoul's on the prowl, looking to close this one down as swiftly as possible, will be psyching themselves up for the hatch game, the presumptive hatch game to come. Oh, what's the frame skip there? The one thing Ghoul team does not want is for the game to crash and a replay to be put into effect. That would really put the champagne on ice. They'd have to recork the bottles if that were to happen. Things are looking good so far. As there goes Sable. No intel on anyone else, unfortunately, so Ghoul just going after the person that they see. It is Sable. Endurance probably gone by now. There's the dying state. Will it be DS? No. A dreadful, dreadful, dreadful shame. Already all the pain res used, already all the no way out stacks and none are free stacks garnered. All the stacks that Ghoul can have, they do have. It's just been that kind of a game. And get ready for possibly a hatch standoff here. Obviously, Dalita idle on the hook will go back on the hook. If they are truly AFK, they will not be taking their skill checks there, so they'll be out of this thing. It benefits Ghoul to find Michonne here, again, with one eye on a hatch game later. So they're not going to chase Sable here, and this is within the rules, and this is probably a wise tactical decision to give themselves every chance of searching for hatch, or searching for Sable before hatch becomes a possibility. They will go after Michonne here. These leaps have not been good. It's not been vintage Ghoul, you have to say. Very poor on the M2, very poor on the leaps. The bites have been few and far between. The maneuverability, the motion, the map control not really been there. It just simply hasn't mattered. As Michonne will go on hook. All eyes on Sable and all eyes on hatch. Ghoul will have a little bit of time to find them here while Michonne passes through the final hook stage. Sable is injured, so will have a tough time concealing their whereabouts from Ghoul. But it does come down to this. One hatch. One hatch is the difference between 1 point matching the Cenobite or no points at all. Can Ghoul find Sable before Sable finds hatch? Michonne, let's go quite early. Very efficient play there to give Sable the best possible chance. Not found them yet. Oh, and it will come down to hatch. Okay, exciting. Cenobite fans praying they see the little escape icon next to Sable's name. Ghoul's got to get the leap out there, and finally does. Oh, stuck in a room. Stuck in a room. Nothing around here. With every second, Cenobite hopes grow. Ghoul anxiety worsens. As there's a noise notification. Could it be Sable? Could it be the hatch? Could it be the 3 points going Cenobite's way? Scratch marks. Circling around the one area Ghoul searched. You might think it's all over for Sable at this point. And if they can't get to this pallet, it is all over. Oh, they don't burn it. They don't burn it. And Ghoul has been handed a point on a silver platter. And it has to be said, for the heel of the tournament, what an apt way of crushing Cenobite hopes. 1 point apiece, honours even. GG. The Ghoul salvages a point with the draw there. Cenobite matches not the result, I think, that many in the stands wanted to see. As we'll move on to a very exciting matchup here. And a counter to the first game, two, I think, well-liked, well-regarded killers. Huntress versus Chucky after this quick hydration break. Anyone's game here. We start with Huntress. Decent map for her. Dead Sands. See what she can do. Early intel on the left over here. Good stuff. Enough survivor over here. Looking to put some pressure on, but not going to send that hatchet. Wants to take some surefire shots here. Doesn't want to give away hatchets. Get the injuries. Easy hatchets here. Patience as well. Very important. And wow, that's giving away what should be... Oh, it's Overcome. Even with Overcome, they took such a poor line and maybe got so confused that it will still be a dying state. Unbelievable. Okay. There is a boon in play. They haven't booned Huntress Lullaby. There it is, but there is a boon somewhere out there that could be concerning Huntress. First hook, pain res. Keeping the gens nice and stalled, as there was someone, Vittorio, I think it was. Heading to this gen over here. Scratch marks over here as well. Felix over there. No, Felix here is Vittorio over there. Got you. M1 just to make sure of the injury. Will they drop now? Oh, good play from Felix. Big opportunity here for Huntress. Oh, not quite. They just get around the wall. But this will be the M1 now. They're quite averse to burning pallets, aren't they? Oh, no, not on that occasion. Not on that occasion. Damn, needed to do better there, Huntress. Thought she had Felix in her grasp, but no such luck. Good little move from Felix there, but kind of caught out at this point. Just always finding the corner. Maybe Dead Sands isn't quite as good for Huntress as we were led to believe. By me, sorry. It was looking like such a strong start, but just making a bit too much of a meal of this chase now. Good move from Felix. Deary me, deary me. She's not burning this pallet now. Maybe she should. Oof, that's a good little fake out from Felix. Pallet. Dying state. There's Vittorio looking for a torch save. Patience on the hatchet will not be rewarded. Gonna go for it again. Gets the hit. And again, similar to what you saw with Jonah, doesn't get enough distance after the fact, and that will be another dying state. Gonna try and pick up before Jonah has a chance to settle for the save, and that's exactly what happens. Good stuff there. Jonah takes an injury as well. Oh my god, overcome to get some distance, and Huntress not gonna pressure that situation anymore. Gonna take the other hook, and after a slow thing with Felix, may have just brought this game back on side. Looking for pain res here, should be very makeable, with the exception of flip-flop. You don't want to see flip-flop here. It is not. Pain res. The reload. Nice and quick, courtesy of the add-on, getting the gem regressing as well. Good stuff here, good stuff. Gonna go for a bit of a long shot here, seeing Lara off in the distance. Could something like this do the business? No. No. Ambitious effort. Not quite making it happen. It says Vittorio, patience again with the hatchet, misses, M1. Doing a lot of slugging here, we'll see if it works out! Oh, what a shot! What a shot that is! And sensing that Jonah is further from the team and less likely to be picked up, going to go for Vittorio first, risking DS here. However, was Vittorio healing Jonah? Yes, so... Oh, possibly, maybe not, but regardless. No DS there. What a shot, what a way to bring this back. And this is really a hallmark of Huntress in these tournaments and outside of these tournaments. Just always missing the easier shots, or what you'd imagine would be the easier shots, and then pulling out something extraordinary like that. Good stuff. Going for pain res there. Feels like perhaps pain res was already used. Just missed out on that. Didn't quite see whether that was true or not. There's the unhook here, and no survivors to be seen. Okay. Kicking the gen. Still 5 gens left and 5 hooks to the Huntress's name. This is a fantastic start for her. Getting a reload. As Lullaby is gone. Lullaby not a huge issue for Huntress here. Very much a perk that she's running for a lack of options elsewhere, but not vital to her strategy or to her success. Some of the teams that you're going to be seeing in these games, they're not going to give a hoot about Huntress Lullaby. They're going to be able to handle that pretty aptly, as Felix needs to dodge a hatchet here. Won't be able to. Second hook state for Felix. Death hook for Jonah and Vittorio. The only wrong answer at this point would be to go for Lara. Lara not going to be a key target for Huntress here. Now looking to get someone out of this game, as it must be Vittorio for the final pain res. Oh, and there's Jonah. There is Jonah. Doesn't burn the pallet. M1 there. Stops. Gets the unhook. It's a trade. Was not pressured by time at all. Could have gone elsewhere. Used overcome to get some distance instead. for some reason, commits to the unhook. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-survivor game, and there is just not a lot of time and not a lot of survivors now to get these 4 final gens, so things are looking incredible for Huntress as Lara gets away with finesse. Ably dodging the hatchet through the window. Big opportunity here. No dodge forthcoming. It will be barring a torch save from Vittorio or Lara. No angle. No angle for either of them. 2-survivor situation. Now, the mathematics is clear. You go after Lara and you give yourself time to set up, either get the dying state on Vittorio or set yourself up for a hatch denial opportunity as Lara dodges again. This could be tough. Lara has proven herself very capable against Huntress. Time after time. Good patience there. Wait for them to dodge back into the hatchet and take the dying state after the pallet is thrown. Basement here to make a surefire thing even more sure. Vittorio gets a gen. Can Huntress keep him in her sights long enough to close this thing down? We will see. We will see. What kind of game does Vittorio want to play here? Is Vittorio going to play it safe? Wait for hatch? Or are they going to be bold and go for the rescue or take a chase? Huntress would much rather see the latter. Lara giving up on hook. Hatch spawns inside shack here. How sure is Huntress of that? Not very. Injury there is so important. Just get Vittorio to wait on the door just a little bit. Gets all the way around to the window here. 3, 2, 1. Oh, misses. Misses awfully. That was it right there. That was a way of closing down this game. Now there is still a chance of hatch for Vittorio. Okay, good patience. Good patience. How has she not hit that? How has she not hit that? And all of a sudden, you've got to play a game of keep away. Oh, and it's a game that she wins. Okay, Vittorio moving away from Shaq. Good stuff here. Could be dead hard. Could be dead hard after all that. It isn't. GG. 12 hook states for Huntress. What a game. Some strange plays from the survivors, to be sure. But again, you can only face the opposition in front of you. How did that not hit in Shaq there? And if Vittorio did end up getting hatch, does spawn inside, then that would have been remembered as an appalling whiff. In the end, not too important. GG. Chucky. Ooh, Trickster's Delusion. I genuinely do not know if we've seen Chucky try his stuff on this map before. Maybe we have, but not too many times. Theoretically, it could be a good map for him. Plenty of vaults and dash elongation opportunities here. Let's see how it goes. Going for the hidey-ho mode through the nightclub, looking for gem movement over here. There will be none. Going for an early dash. Trying to catch him out. And does. Ace Visconti. Revolts there. Just a little bit of aura reading. That will be the add-on for aura reading from the slice and dice there. Very good stuff.
Let's keep it.
Chucky has him in his sights. Closing the gap before pulling the trigger on the dash. Ace! Oh, trying to body block the pallet. Good play from Chucky there. An unfortunate miss with the dash. Had to stop him from getting around him, getting that pallet, and does so. Very, very good stuff there. A very well-earned opening hook. The one issue with Friends to the End here, you're not going to get exposed from it. You're just going to turn Nia Carlson into the Obsession. But it is at least intel. God blimey, they've got a ton of distance here. Might be time for IDO mode. Might be time for a dash. Maybe put some pressure on the unhook. As there's Ace.
Take this.
Turns the pallet. Might just be the only option here for Chucky right now. Try and get that second hook on Ace and try and close down the game that way. It's so slow when outside of the dash. Dying state there. Could easily be DS here, but if it isn't, this could be a good play. Of course it is, of course it is. Punished for that has Chucky been. However, does Ace get enough distance to counter the dash? Oh, just. Oh, just. And with an absence of intel on the other survivors, and with an absence of intel on the gens, Chucky committing to this once again. This feels like a way to lose the game at this point, doesn't it? It's got to go elsewhere. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Things are looking incredibly good for Huntress, who had already a much, much better start. As it's V. In chase here. There's the M1. Needs another hook. Needs it fast. No pallet in Shack. That's great news. A pallet here, not one that they're going to commit to. Good play. And also gets the far less significant, but nonetheless, another pallet out of the way. Needs to start putting pressure on these gens, does Chucky. Got this big kick build going on, but that's going to do very little for him if he can't actually put it out there into effect. There's enough movement here to be concerned with. There's also aura reading from Ace Visconti, the exposed target here. But as we were talking about off-game, the exposed does not last very long, and as if you're as slow as Chucky, you're barely going to be getting any value from it. Gets the M1. By which, of course, I mean the dash there. Ace heading off. Another gem pops. Into the nightclub. Out of the nightclub. And onto the floor. Oh, nice little sidestep maneuver there from Ace. Will it be a vault? Oh, it won't be. Oh, it won't be. Very good. Another gem pops. It just hasn't been Chucky's game, has it? No real... Never really looked like he got his footing in this one. Never really looked like he was able to close down chases, pressure gens, everything moving away from him always, and barring a truly sensational endgame comeback here, with no perks assisting in that regard, it may be all over for him. A lucky hit there, it has to be said. A very, very lucky hit. It will be a hook. Huntress team saying GG's. Well, if we know anything about DBD, we know that you can never count a killer out before the gates are open and the survivors are leaving. Even then, sometimes it's not over. He will get Pop Goes a Weasel on this gen. He'll get Eruption on it as well. Injured party, Ace Visconti in the suitcase shop. Trying to cut around here. Can he make a play? Not quite. Car in the way. Will this be a vault for Ace? It will be. Good play there. Looking for the dash. Early vault could be in play. No. Oh, good move. Oh, but just always a corner and a lack of opportunity for Chucky. Trying to moonwalk around. Might still be getting dying state here. Finds the clothing store. Gen movement there. Can he get the dying state? He can. Eruption on that gen. And they are committing to it in numbers. This could be huge for Chucky here. This could be a big way of turning this around. Injury on V. Jonah comes back to the gen. Will not be able to commit to it. Has to move away. Might also be looking for a way to get the pallet save here. Chucky going to try and turn around, get the injury immediately on Jonah, who's probably there. It wasn't Jonah! It was Nia! But they're also not able to get the save. Now pushing Jonah away from the gen. Briefly, we'll be able to come back with another bit of Pop Goes a Weasel, another bout of Eruption. They're committing hard to this gen. They're not going to be able to get it. Oh, hang on, hang on. Don't know what that was, but nothing good. Back to the gen for Pop Goes a Weasel. It could be the most outrageous comeback of all time. As there's V. There's V. Dash. Close at hand, but moving too far away. Doesn't want to give up the hooks that he already has, does Chucky. As Jonah moves in. Possibly through recovery. It will be. Injury on Jonah. Looking for the unhook here. It will at least be a trade. As Chucky comes back, looking for this hook. Looking to deny them an angle for a torch save. Will do so. Back to the hook over here. Jonah beneath it. Ace in the vicinity. Injured. V in the vicinity. Injured. Is the team going to throw this away right here? Let's go. Ace went off to Shaq. Okay. Could be a big opportunity here. Into the locker. It can't be DS again. It cannot be DS again. The gen has been regressing for a while. The unhook there, but they will not be able to stop Ace leaving this game. This is truly sensational for Chucky. His work's not done yet. But my god, how he has pulled this back. They're going for the blind again. They're going to the dying state again. It's going to be a kick on the gen. Again. It'll be 2 survivors left. The Huntress team cannot believe what they're seeing right here. This team had it in the bag, but overcommitment to a single gen and some overly aggressive plays around the hook. And all of a sudden the question isn't, can Chucky pull this back? The question is, can the team do anything here? Regression, big regression on this gen. V around Killer Shack. Chucky looking for a way to close down this dash. Will be able to. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable from Chucky. Now the only question is, can he find Jonah? And I'll tell you what, friends to the end helps. Friends to the end absolutely helps in that regard. As Jonah committed to the gen outside of the nightclub, the screen would seem to indicate that. A little bit of movement there. Giving up on hook. Oh no, it's a race back to the shack. Has Chucky played it too aggressively here? Will Jonah break Chucky's heart after such a spirited attempt at the comeback? Has Jonah found a way of getting all the way back to Shack? So arduously slow is Chucky in these situations. Looking for Hatch. Has it in his sights and closes it. And then there were the gates. And it's still so tough for Chucky here, who is so slow and so unable usually to pressure these kind of situations. But there's Jonah. He's hiding behind the food cart. He's got nothing left. It's the M1. And you cannot call it until it's over. If we've learned nothing else from that game, we've learned that. But if he does get this dying state, it could be the greatest World Cup comeback performance of all time from Chucky. Heartbreak for the Huntress camp as Chucky has done the impossible. GG. That is truly sensational. 4K. He's pulled out an absolute blinder there, and it couldn't have happened without some assistance from the team. You talk about rising to the occasion and not letting the occasion overwhelm you. How about that from Chucky? Did everything right, couldn't put a foot wrong in the end game. And he didn't. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. GG, well played. They're all gone. They're not sticking around, and who can blame them? Chucky with 112 hooks. No, 12 hooks for Chucky. After all that, it is just a point, but my god. Hard earned. And that keeps Group D wide open. As we go now to Singularity versus Krasu. Either one of these killers winning, and they would be in a very strong position after round one. Group D is all for the taking right now. Alright, Singularity on Macmillan. Looking for early biopod pressure here. This building affords a fair few good opportunities or Biopod intel looking to make good use of all of it. And this has been a real point of improvement of Singularity's game as of late. Devoting time to Biopods, devoting time to applying pressure with them, getting good oversight of the trial. There was someone all the way over yonder. There's someone up ahead as well. Okay, good. Take stock of where they've gone and then set up the Biopod accordingly is what the Singularity team will be saying to Singularity here. And indeed he will. Oh, just misses out there. We'll have a Biopod on this wall. Will this be good enough? Certainly for a slipstream. Oh, it's the first gem pops. That is a damn shame. Overclock. Oh, and the stun is denied. That's a damn shame.
This no longer has purpose.
It doesn't, and no stun there is a crying shame for Singularity. So just taking a good enough line to deny the teleport. There will be the teleport. It will be a pre-drop. Burning through the pallets here. Good to see. Another teleport. Not going to burn that immediately. And that should finally be the M1, but it's been an overlong chase. A gen has popped. Oh, they just get caught. They get caught on the shelving unit, and that will be a bit of a gift. Needed a really quick second element of that chase there, and Singularity hucks. It gets it. In the basement they go. Basement is great to see in this situation. And the Biopod here could actually do the business of keeping this kind of stalled out. Maybe replacing that one so you've got more vision on the outside, but there goes the second gen. That is a shame. That is a damn shame. Will there be any sightlines here for a slipstream? Yes, there will. Running up ahead, another slipstream. There's a teleport. Good stuff from Singularity. Ooh, just get the vault. Singularity, of course, can vault quickly to follow. Injury there. Pivoting around. Going Biopod immediately. Ah, oh, just being denied. Oh, okay, they were not paying attention to the Biopods. Kate will get the vault. Singularity will follow very quickly. Looking for another teleport. Gets it. Pre-drop here. Quick kick. They'll get the window again. Singularity again will follow. Oh, just preemptively sending the Biopod there. And this is tough. It doesn't feel like it's been an atrocious game. Maybe the one thing that can be said against Singularity here is that there just has been no gem pressure at all. Locked in chases, slightly overlong, and the gens have just flown. Again, and not getting any joy. Not getting any joy with these pallet stuns. Does get a dying state there, and that is important. Well, Krasu will be ecstatic with what she's seen so far as another gem pops. And one of the things that you would have been keeping your eye on here, with how strong these games have been, when will the tide turn? When will the teams get nigh on unbeatable? Singularity may have run into that exact situation here. Very good team, lots of gem pressure, really going to be tough. Needs another teleport, gets it. And, whoa, oh my god, you thought for all the world the pre-drop would be in play. It isn't. They run through again. Will this be enough for Singularity? Taking a wide line could be dead hard, yeah. The wide line there just did enough to inform Singularity that maybe they had something other than the pallet up their sleeve. Wow. Going for the pallet stun denied. And it's a good thing as well, because if Singularity eats that pallet stun, fails to get that hook, it just becomes so difficult to see how it's able to bring this game back in any meaningful way. Oh, 99 sprint burst, agonizing, gets them the vault. Singularity's got to leave. As there's no gem movement there, there very much could be over there. But, looking for the injury on Laurie, gets it. Could be a good opportunity for a quick hook with a decent slipstream. Gets it. The crit pallet does. Oh, it's live for Laurie Strode. Everything that can go wrong for Singularity so far, it has. Another teleport. No gen movement here. Again, it feels very likely that the other gen is the concern. As if to answer that, As if the very gods themselves answered that. The gen does pop. What a nightmare game. It's not been an awful game. The one thing that can be said against him is that Singularity just wasn't able to regress those gens in any way. But aside from that, you feel like it's been good game management, good chases, but it's not been enough. It's not been enough in the face of an absolute onslaught from this incredibly capable team, it has to be said. Wow, okay, how do you play this now if you're Singularity? You've not even had time to set up patrols to the gates, and there's an unhook. Unbelievably fast unhook. What a devastating, devastating situation. Oh, that could have been actually a slipstream there. Oh, Singularity just missed out on a real opportunity. A real opportunity to catch Laurie Strode out. They are still slipstreams. There's the teleport just before they get the EMP off. It's not Laurie Strode, it's Kate, and that is a huge, huge mistake to make because Kate has no injury status, and this is going to be very, very tough. Just lost sight of where the biopod was, where they were. As long as you can keep the survivor on this tile as Singularity, you've got a chance. Very far from the gate, big opportunity to... Oh my god, just as they were there. Gets a slipstream, at least. At least. And there's a teleport. Huge opportunity. Is the gate moving? It is not. Good vault there. Has to be said. Fantastic vault there. Free drop. It is. Oh. And it is a lucky break for Singularity. Just getting the dying state there. Needs to get the hook as far away from the gate as possible. Make this as difficult as possible. Is basement on? Is basement on? Oh, Singularity's going to go for it. It's risky, but maybe a little bit of risk is required here. At the very least, you have that biopod to maybe get the teleport afterwards if they do wiggle off the shoulder, but they won't. Massive, massive, massive play there. A phenomenal play. Gotta guard main building with your life if you're Singularity on this occasion. Says Laurie Strode. Oh, almost took the entry. What a shame. As Yuichi moving in for the save. Okay. Singularity, right place, right time to put some pressure on what would have been an unhook attempt here. Yuichi forced away. Is Yuichi still going to go for the save? Because if you can get 2 in the basement as Singularity, it might not get the 4K, but it might make this a respectable score. And you certainly back yourself here to close down the chase with Laurie Strode, right? Live. Unhook down there. Going for the slipstream. Gets it. It was Thalita who got the unhook. Head into the gate. Oh, and the EMP on the biopod, and that might be all she wrote. That right there might be all she wrote. Needs a body block, maybe. Takes an inefficient line. Dead hard, GG. GG. As Laurie is somewhere over here, and she's out as well. I mean, after a game like that, 5 hooks weirdly does feel like something of a victory in and of itself, but will it be enough against Krasu? We'll see. Krasu on Yamaoka. 5 hooks, the total to beat. Can she do it? Not a given here. Krasu, who is a little bit out of form, will take a little bit of settling into the tournament here. This could still be a very, very important matchup. She goes body fall. Looking for the leeching gland to hit, looking for the M1 to connect, looking to make a quick start, and it'll be Shane. Doesn't quite hit. No pallet burnt there, of course. Looking to hit off the wall. Doesn't get it. Wow, that is unfortunate for Krasu. That does connect. Looking for the M1 here, and then head form. Gets it. Okay, and this will really set the tone of the match. How quickly can you close down this chase? With Shane, very quickly indeed. Top work from Krasu, and that's exactly what her team would have been looking for. However, of course, a gen will pop. one of the recurring narratives of the tournament so far, and you might be seeing a shift in builds because of it. Killers who run Pain Res, very often able to get that first gen stalled out. Killers who run Pop, maybe have a bit of a benefit in the late game, but early on they lose a lot. They lose a lot from that early gen and often a second gen popping as well. As there goes Hinako. Krasu looking to stay on her, finds her, heading to another tile. Going for the mushroom. Not in time, it will be another dying state. Just feels so slow as well, moving to the hook in hand form. Eventually gets a hook, and now the gen does pop, and this is exactly what we're talking about. Gets first hook, charges pop, goes Weasel, not able to find a gen, then all of a sudden 2 gens are popped, and there's been no element of progression available. Here we go, trying to push the Survivor away from the unhook there, finally getting some aggression out there, Eruption in play as well as pop. And back on Shane. Does connect with the Leeching Gland. Goes head form immediately. Swing through the pallet. Injury on Shane. Gives that one away by not bringing the pallet down. Good play from Krasu. Going for the headlong flight. Trying to win another mind game on this pallet. And may have done just that. Fantastic from Krasu. Eruption on that gen. This could be her taking control of this game. It'll be the third hook. Over halfway there. 5 hooks for a draw. 6 for a win. Good start. And you've got to imagine she will be focusing on this side of the map now. Obviously not a great use of Pop Goes Weasel there. Maybe just thinking of Eruption in the future. Just keep the gen stalled out in the end game or mid game. Looking for the Regurgitation to connect. It does not, but Hinako takes a kind of wide line there. Gives away the M1. Could still be hope for the Leeching Gland in the future. Bit of an alley-oop there. Will it connect? Very ambitious. Very ambitious. Going for the kick. Then back to Hinako, who has fled the tile entirely. Keeps on moving. As another gen on the far side pops. Not too worried about that one. Is Krasu. The game really revolving now around this side of the map and to that end. You love the chase with Fung right here. Should be a dying state pretty soon. Not going for the Leeching Gland at all here. Hoping to close it down purely with M1s. And does. Gets Eruption on both of these gens. Good, good situation here. And getting the unhook in the midst of all these gens. Or the hook, I should say, in the midst of all these gens. So vital. Going head form now for the patrol. Does he scratch marks here? Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. There's the unhook. Okay. Very, very aggressive, quick unhook from Ash. I wonder if Fung will be thanking him for that one. Sprint burst to get away, but now, I mean, you've got the Survivor just off the hook. In a really tough spot here. Swinging through, doesn't quite get it. That's a good pallet stun from Fung. That could have been a nightmare scenario for her, but handles it well. And that'll be it. Barring Dead Hard. It won't be. Could be DS. It isn't. Well, well, well. Ash Williams has really left Fung Min in the lurch with that quick unhook. And Krasu will not mind that at all. Has secured the point. The 5th hook. That will be 1 point taken. But obviously she'll be looking for more than that. She'll be looking for all 3 points. She'll be looking to close down this chase as Ash is stoic on the pallet there. Takes the M1 for his trouble. And it's the win. If she can close down the chase with Ash, who does just get Sprint Burst 99 there, presumably, to get some speed away. Looking for the Leeching Gland to connect. It doesn't. Should still be a dying state here, unless they do get some pallet, which they might. He will. Good stuff from Shane. Ash looking for a protection hit, gets it. Krasu will not mind that one bit, because with this hook on Ash it will be. The 6th hook and the victory. Good stuff for Krasu. In the end, a very beatable score put up by Singularity. In fairness, it could be said a more formidable opposition for Singularity. Not too controversial to say that. As where did Hinako go? They're still running this loop. Good lord. Looking for a way to get the leeching gland to connect. It doesn't there. This could be an opportunity right now. Oh. Oh my god, a Shane gets the unhook here. This is very risky. Okay, protection hit from Ash. Fair enough. Fair enough. They're both going to head around the hill. Ash staying with the chase. Gets the vault. Lend a hand as well, but obviously blocks the pallet. So no chance of bringing it down again. And it will be another hook. Obviously, in a group in which so many killers have got the full 12 hooks, Krasu will still be fighting for every single hook here. Opportunity here with Hinako. M1 there. Certainly need the kick. Certainly needs to get Popper's Weasel out there. There's the unhook. One thing that Krasu has been unable to do in the late game. Acquiring that leeching gland. Getting the head form in play for some quick dying states there. Can she do so now? There we go. Direct connection on Hinako. Pallet still blocked with lend a hand. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. Pick up quickly here if you're Krasu. You don't want to risk a pallet stun. Right. But here you go. All of a sudden, has she played too fairly? It might not be that she's played too fairly. It might be just that the team have forced her hand by taking hits at opportune spots. But clear to say, and easy to see, that everyone has a second hook stage, and that is going to be tough for her to find a way through. Unhook over here. It's not been a bad team by any stretch, but these quick unhooks, I don't know if they understand how much it's been hurting them. Gotta find a way of kicking the pallet on this side to prevent Hinako getting all the way over to the other side of the map. Is Champion a light? The slowness there. The aura reading pretty good. Will be a dying state. Shane may be looking for the pallet save, but might not have the angle here. Nope. And a free hit there. First survivor out. And Shane giving a real opportunity for a follow-up dying state here. But Krasu's going to play a cautious game here. Stay on the gens, get them regressing. Big movement here. Ash sprint burst again, gets away. Couple of eruption hits. And heading all the way over here, then doubling back. Lots of scratch marks, but no survivor. As it seems like they're, for some reason, hiding on the periphery. What a strange play to make in this situation. Distance could very well win you the game, but hiding behind a wall on the periphery, that's not quite going to get it done. It will be live. It will get around. Do they vote? Here, they will not. Good fake out from Fun. Oh, it keeps on moving. That is not great. And it will be Adrenaline. They do get that gen through Pop, through Eruption. And again, Krasu would really like to get all 12 hooks, but now it might be a bit tough. There goes Ash. Headlong flight, looking for the injury here. Shane probably going to try and take a hit. So that's what Fung will be searching for. Doesn't do it immediately. There's the injury. Back on the headlong flight, trying to get around them. And good play from Krasu. Dying state there, taking the hook. But honestly, it might not be enough to stop the Tui here. What a shame. They'll be happy with the win, but they will feel like they left hooks on the board here by not closing down chases quickly enough. So Ash and Shane will leave. And I think we all expected this from Ash here. GG. 10 hooks. Enough for the victory. And it's just the way of the tournament that will put Krasu on the top spot. Huh? Don't know why this isn't auto-updating. Hold on. There we go. Right, let's sort that table. Krasu on top. Only manages 10 hooks, but that is enough to defeat Singularity for the full 3 points. And then a 4-way split for second place between Cenobite, Ghoul, Huntress, and Chucky. And then Singularity, a very tough game against tough opposition. 5 hooks and 0 points.